Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the video. It's good to be back. Sorry it's taken a while. Just, issues with the last couple of updates and a few IRL things as well have just kind of like taken me away from the whole YouTube content thing. But I am back, and this is going to be the first of what will hopefully be monthly videos for the time being until I get back into the swing of things. And I thought for today I'm not going to do anything too strenuous, but as you can see, I have a Drake Vulture, and what I want to do today is I want to use this Vulture and go on a few salvage contracts. And we're going to start off today looking at some of the contracts under the general tab, so we'll have a look at those shortly. I have bought this Vulture. A big thank you to the people who have used my referral code, which is also on screen now for anyone else who wants to use it. I managed to hit the 10 referrals, which meant I got the bonus, and the bonus for that is an Aegis Gladius. The Gladius isn't a ship that I particularly expect to use at any point. I've given it a try. It's not that the ship is bad, it's that I'm not very good with it, so it's not really a great ship for me to try and use. Plus that, and the fact that when I play the game I tend to do a lot more of the passive gameplay than anything else, although I do bounties, I do bunkers as well, but I quite like spending a lot of my spare time just mining, salvaging, doing deliveries and so on. So it kind of made sense, with a little bit of extra money that I'd put by as well, to trade in the Gladius, upgrade it, and pay the extra to get the Vulture. So here we are. This is now in my hangar permanently, and I'll be honest, I have no intention of getting rid of this one. Like, I think everything I've got in my hangar at the moment, bar maybe one thing, is something that I'm likely to keep forever now. So it means every time we get a full wipe, every time we have to start from scratch, I'm going to have a vehicle that's going to help me make some money relatively quickly. That being said, my experiences of salvage so far have been very mixed, as we will discuss throughout the video, but I did manage to use it enough to get myself a Scorpius in game. So there's me saying about the Gladius, but the Scorpius kind of suits me a bit more, and not just because it looks like an X-Wing, although. So because of where I am at the moment, I'm at Port Olisar. I was going to say I'm kind of going to stay in the same general area, but every single one of these is going to take me well away from Crusader anyway. So what I might do is head more towards Hurston and Arccore for the first one. So let's grab, there was one at her L1. That is an Origin 325A, although the 300i might be a good idea actually. That's at Arc L4. I think I'm going to go for that one. So we'll pay the 1,000 AUEC, and let's get a move on. I have to say, this server is working really smoothly. Like, everything is happening pretty much instantly, which is very nice. Very nice. It's just about 48 hours after 3.19.1 went live at the time of recording. So it's early days in the new update, but touch wood, everything so far looks good, especially as it's like a Saturday evening, and anyone who plays this game knows that weekends tend to be a little harsher. Let's spool that quantum drive up. I haven't done any... No, I think I have upgraded the engine on this. I'll have to check at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did upgrade just the quantum drive, actually, because obviously at this stage there's no point upgrading the power plant or the coolers. The weapons on this are fine. They're absolutely fine. There's nothing better that you can upgrade to for the ship. And I've only really found out today about there being a third salvage head. The brief information that I've seen suggests that the third one might be a little bit better, but I don't think it's so much better that it's really worth worrying about right now. Maybe further down the line I can look up changing maybe the abrade out. No, I think it would be the cinch actually would be the one switched out, but it's not really worth the outlay at the moment. For now, I'd rather just stick with the 2 mining heads that we've got and just see how we do with those. So probably like everyone else, 318 was a bit of a rough experience. Certainly in that first, I think in the first 10 days of 318, I kind of gave up trying to play. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people did the same. Eventually, after a couple of weeks, I was able to get on and play, but there were issues throughout. And it wasn't really until 319 landed that I was able to actually start getting some regular gameplay back in. Again, still have had problems. I have done a lot of salvage, but there have been things like the Vulture just randomly exploding, the hangar doors, you know, looking like they're opening, but actually they've not. So as you fly out, you crash into them. Lots of issues with like ship debris outside hangar doors causing explosions. And in terms of doing the actual salvage contracts, I was really lucky. I did these on stream on Twitch, and the first one I picked, an Anvil Valkyrie, I got lucky. Like I got really lucky with that haul, and I made something like 350k with it. So I thought, oh, this is brilliant. Salvaging is going to be great. And I think after that, for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I think I only had one other really good haul, and that wasn't even to that level. I think it was about 200, 250. So everything else was just like really poor salvage. I was getting a lot of the ores, which at the time you couldn't sell anywhere. So quite often I would be making a loss on doing the salvage, and that was because not every ship I was stripping the hulls. Obviously, if you get two SCUs of RMC, that tends to cover the cost of the personal contracts for salvage. It's a lot easier to make your money back on these very basic ones. But obviously, you know, the ones on the personal tab, they are risky. Things can happen, but I would like them to be a little bit more. What I'm really looking at the moment is all those contracts that are on the general tab. So all the legal salvage contracts, which is basically what they are. From what I understand, you start off with like some really basic ships, some really small ships, but the more you complete of them, the better the ship you start getting offered. So I kind of want to give that a try, test that out and see how it goes. But yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. Touch wood, the servers behave. No 30Ks, no crashes, but we'll see, because we know how it can go, particularly at weekends. But fingers crossed, this is going to be a good one, and we're going to make some money. If we take a quick look at where I am at with the money, I've got 155,398 AUEC. I mean, it would be lovely if we could get up to 500,000 by the end of this video, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to hold my breath. Basically, because of the experiences that I've had the last few days. But you never know. It could be nice to me today, and we could have some pleasant surprises. Okay, here we are. We're approaching the vessel to salvage rather fast. Let's really slow this thing down. We're going to shoot past it a bit, but luckily there aren't any asteroids for me to crash into. We're on the outskirts of the asteroids here, so there we go. Let's get a little bit closer and we will take a look. I'm going to start off by getting some hull scraping underway, so I like to get myself in a position where I can kind of work logically through this. Let me just make sure there's enough distance there, and press M and activate the old mining beams. Right, here we go. I also do tend to do this with mouse rather than anything else. I just find it easier. Wow, that filled up quickly. Okay, let's just let that one eject. I'm doing everything on cinch at the moment. I might switch to a braid after a while, depending on how long this takes. I don't know if you just noticed it there as well. There seems to be the thing. I don't know if it's on just Origin ships or if it's on all these type of contracts. The whole material that tends to disappear on the ship model isn't necessarily in the area that you're pointing at, so it can actually be really difficult visually just to figure out which part you've actually, there you go again, you've actually stripped. So it's a little bit of a weird glitch. It's not game breaking or anything. Obviously we've got the vehicle hull percentage that shows up, so we can see how much there's left on each part, so it doesn't make us lose out. That's actually really good start on this ship. We've more than made our money on this, made quite a nice profit, as long as we actually get to be able to sell it. Right, there you go, filler station is fill up. I have brought a multi-tool with the tractor beam attachment with me. I had so many spares in my inventory, there was just no point waiting to craft one on the Vulture. But for anyone who doesn't really know a lot about the Vulture yet, you can craft your multi-tool and a couple of the attachments, which I'll just quickly show in a moment. Those other two boxes are actually from before I logged off earlier. Can't remember, there was a problem I think, and I thought I'd lost those. That's brilliant. So yeah, just so you know, once you've got, I think it's, in fact we'll see in a moment, once you've managed to scrape 89 or 0.89 SCU of recycled material composite, you'll be able to make your pyro multi-tool, and then you just need another 0.2 for the tractor beam attachment, 0.2 for the cambio light attachment, so that's the hand tool for hull scraping, and then the cans to store the hand scraped material into. So very handy. Again, it's going to save a little bit of money at the start of the game. Rather than having to go and buy a multi-tool and those particular attachments, you can literally go and make it yourself. So as I say, it's really hard for me to actually know what has and hasn't been scraped, so I'll just have to keep looking for when it says valid. And when the circles start to fill up to tell me where there is some material to scrape. For now, I'm not looting ship weapons because I'm still a bit nervous that they bounce around in the cargo hold, and I have had experiences where that leads to the ship exploding. So I'm very conscious of that. For that reason as well, I only ever have the 12 boxes, 12 SCU in the cargo hold, because I've had it where I've had a 13th not secured down and it's bounced around, and that too has caused an explosion. So, you know, I kind of just want to actually get a decent amount of material and get it sold. That is what I'm really aiming for. We're doing quite well here. There's not much left to salvage, as you can see on the bar above, and some of that probably is going to be the guns and missiles. So what I'd really like it to do, although I don't think it's going to, is get to one more full SEU, and then I'll go and grab another contract. Right, that's it. We've completed the contract. Okay. So, 0.99. Are you sure there's not just one last little bit that I can grab? There was something right on the edge there. Just have a look at the extraction. There we go. There we go. Right, on to the next one. Let's have a look. Oh, bloody hell. 19 of them. Okay. We've got a Valkyrie at Hurston L4. Let's do it. Ooh, that's 20,000. Okay. Ooh, do I risk that much money yet? Okay, good. We do have a couple of boxes. Excellent. So we'll get those in there. Again, I'm not worried about the ship weapons. Oh. Oh. Alright, chill. There we go. Right, that's in place. So there's not going to be anywhere else in here. So at least we got a couple. Just throw ourselves out, and it might even... No, I thought it might throw me into my own cargo bay. So the thing with using Cinch is it is slower than a braid is, but there's less wasted material with Cinch than there is with a braid. So you kind of trade in speed for quantity, which, you know, in some ways makes sense. It really depends what you're aiming to do. Some days you just want to get them done fast. Obviously, if you're doing the personal tab ones, you definitely want to get them done a bit faster because you want to really get out of there before the security services turn up. There's quite a lot of material on this one, so we should get a good few boxes out of it. We might even be able to get the 5 boxes to fill the whole cargo hold up. And the other good thing about this one is it's all legal. So I can just go to Hurston TDD, so Lawville, to sell it all. Okay, there we go. We've got our 12 SCU of cargo. And we've just arrived at Lawville. So next step, let's go and sell it. Okay, so here we are. We're at the trading floor on Lawville. Now, I think it was 21,000 we've spent on the contract so far, so it was about 156 before, wasn't it? Let's see what we can make. So go to sell, Vulture, and what do we have? So we've got 1 SCU of Berace for 3.632. So we'll sell that. We've got 2 SCU of Laranite, just for 5.848. Not as much as I'd have liked, but okay. Taking a little while to sell. There we go. Then we got 8 SCU of recycled material composite, which will get me 61.59k. That's pretty good, just for hull scraping. And then we also have some beryl, which I will have to find another place to sell. But no, that's a decent amount there. So now we're up to 206,000 AUEC. So we've made a 50,000 profit there in an hour and 20 minutes-ish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find another contract and we're going to go and do that one. And we'll see what we get. But what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at taking it from the personals tab rather than just the standard one. I'll see if we've got a Valkyrie there. Let's have... We won't do it until we're actually on the ship and in space, though, because every second counts on those ones. We can have a look and see what there is. So there's currently... There is a Valkyrie. We've only got 3 minutes to accept it, but there will probably be another one. That is right at Eta as well. It's 10,000 AUEC fee. I'm going to leave it until the last second to accept it, I think. Because again, bear in mind, I've got to refuel the ship as well. Go and do that one. Because hopefully that's got a few more goods on it, but we'll have to go elsewhere to sell what we've picked up, but we might also be able to offload the beryl while we're doing it. Of course, if the Valkyrie's got a lot of other good stuff and the beryl's taking up a slot, the beryl can go bye-bye. How long's left to accept that one?
Next stop, Tisa Spaceport.
44 seconds. We'll grab that now. Okay. So again, we are now back down to 196. So hopefully we can make a nice little profit here.
Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Again, the risk with these particular contracts here is I've spent 10,000 AUEC on it, and I could get there and it could be completely empty. There could be pirates there waiting to ambush me. There could be stuff there and pirates turn up while I'm looting it to attack me. So this could go really well and it could go absolutely disastrously, and we won't know until we get there. What I will say is when we get the material to sell, whether it's the just recycled material composite or more, we will be going to reclamation and disposal Orinth to sell it all. Again, I'll do what I did before. I'll line it up with the hangar doors, which I believe is this end. There's a reason why I have normally a camera angle looking behind me. There it is. Because I'm doing everything in reverse, I've got to remember to go the other way, to the way that I actually want to go. Close enough. I'll just reverse again. That'll do. You can get quite close as long as you don't nudge them. Okay. Engines off, no sign of any pirates outside. So let's make the most of that while we can. She's gonna come out here, and that hurt. Oh shit. What the hell? Oh, I forgot to put my helmet back on. What an idiot. That was close. Okay. Whew. What I don't have is any oxy pens on me, but I should be all right. Yeah, all right. You can stop panting. You're fine. Okay, good. Again, we got some materials. So I'm going to do it a bit differently this time. I'm going to get back on my Vulture without hurting myself. Just going to grab it and bring it over. Put you there. Oh. There's another 3. So not as much as I would have liked, but certainly not the worst. So Orinth is one of those really odd locations on a planet where the icon is a diamond rather than a hexagon. I think the others are hexagons, aren't they? We're used to diamonds representing orbital markers and comma rays. So I'm not quite sure why they chose to do these like this. Now again, what we've got to hope is that there's no pirates here. What I will do is if there happens to be any player bodies lying around. I will check to see if there's any oxypens on anyone. And yes, they are hexagons. There's one right there. I tend to find that Orinth is the one that people use the least, apart from the one over at Microtech, because it's on Euterpe, that one, and the winds on Euterpe are ridiculously high, so it's very, very risky taking stuff to that one. But you do tend to get a good price there. Whereas Orinth, I think I've only come across another player once, and I don't think I've had pirates here before. Does seem to be that a lot of people hang around more in the Crusader part of the system, and a lot more of the selling of the goods goes on there, because they're largely because there are actually more options for places to sell things. No sign of any other ships anywhere nearby. That dot on the radar is not in this area. It's another legacy one that just hasn't cleared. Okay, let's get close-ish. Does look like there's some abandoned material over there, stuff that someone couldn't sell. We've also... Okay, so this is one of the places that has a no questions answered terminal, which is right here. No questions asked. Did I say no questions answered? Right, Berace, another 2.18. We can sell the beryl here, so we've got 2 SCU of that for 4.76, but we can't sell the laranite here. So I'm going to have to figure out where to sell that. So we haven't... Have we made a profit now? No, we're still just under at the moment. Now, I haven't looked at this yet. I've not given this one a try. So we've got In the Wake of Disaster. So we'll read it through quickly. Fortune has shined upon us once again. I've just learned of a battle that's just transpired far from the prying eyes of any meddlesome comrades, and reinforcements from either side of the forces involved have yet to be dispatched. This means that there is a window of opportunity for an enterprising soul to pick the graveyard clean. I'd like to extend this opportunity to all my trusted contacts. Any and all interested parties can have the location for the right price. Coordinates will be provided once you accept the contract and will remain available until you choose to terminate it. Of course, speed will be of the essence, as you will not only face potential competition from other salvagers, but also the looming possibility of reinforcements arriving to survey the battlefield. If you're still hesitating, just remember, fortune favours the bold. Now, I would do it. Save for the fee down in the bottom right there. It's 150,000 AUEC. I'm not quite ready to commit that amount to this contract yet. I'd rather wait until I've got over 1 million UEC and then I'll give that a go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one more contract from this pool. Although, let me have a quick look at these ones and just see if there's a good one locally that I could go to. We've got another Valkyrie, which is at Cruel 4. I like doing the Valkyries quite a lot. Where's Cruel 4 from here? It's not too far. It's not ideal, but it's not too far, and we won't be harassed with that one. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to grab that one. And we'll go and do that one, and that will be the last one that I do for this video. And what I'll aim to do is, once I've hit probably like 1.2 million, I'll then come back and I'll do another video on that contract specifically. Okay, so we're at the new Valkyrie. Just make sure I've got my helmet on this time. I think I have. Yeah, I have. Okay. Let's go for a spin again. Oh, that was a lot more comfortable. Right. Go on, give me a good amount of stuff. One of the things I don't like about these Valkyrie doors is it's really hard to judge where you need to be to open them. Sometimes they behave like that, where you just don't get the blue at all. So what I tend to do then is go around to the side doors. I quite like the Valkyrie as a ship. It's one I wouldn't mind getting in game at some stage. Certainly not spending real life money on one of these. Ow. I bounced. What the fuck? There you go. And nothing. That was what I was dreading. Okay. We're gonna get some material. We'll go and sell that. I actually finished salvaging the Valkyrie. I didn't get as much as I hoped I would get, so I've quickly dashed over to Grimhex and we're going to sell this so you guys can see how much I got from that last salvaging job. So before we go, we're going to run upstairs, we're going to go to the admin, and we're going to sell these last few items. Okay, so let's just dash into admin and check the terminals to see what we can sell. Just realised I didn't store the Vulture, but okay, so we've got 6 units there of RMC, 37.84. So we now have made all our money back quite comfortably, and another unit as well. But we still can't sell that Laranite, so I will have to figure that out off video at some point. I'll do some research to check where I can sell that. But, you know, we started the session on about 156k. We're finishing it on 227k. So, you know, it's not groundbreaking. It's not going to make me rich quick, but it's better than nothing. I'm really, really happy with that. So, considering how things have gone recently, that's a good little haul we've had there. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it useful or entertaining, then please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or tips about salvaging or the Vulture, leave them down below and I'll either answer direct or I'll save it for the next salvaging video. Please also consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notifications to be alerted when future videos are posted. In the meantime, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter and Hive Social at JediAndyTV, and the link to the community Discord is in the description below. See you all next time.